Today I'm talking about co-regulation. So you might have seen videos about co-regulation on YouTube. There are a few, but I haven't seen any really talking about co-regulation in couple dynamics. And as a couples therapist, I'm really fascinated by that. So I wanted to come on and talk about why I think that's really important. And it's because, we do trigger each other sometimes in relationships and we do argue. And often what happens is that when one person's upset or triggered, then that can set the other person off. That's a form of negative co-regulation with each other. So we can do something about that with positive co-regulation. And why is that important? Well, we don't waste time getting lost in arguments, and we learn to trust each other more. And when we trust each other more, we can bring more honesty and more authenticity. We can be more us in the relationship, and that's what I'm all about. So why is it important to talk about co-regulation? Well, as a couples therapist, I know that when couples trigger each other, they often make each other worse. They make it worse because when someone's angry or upset, we can negatively co-regulate with them and go down a spiral of difficulty. And so by learning how to positively co-regulate with each other, then we don't waste all that time getting lost in an argument, and also we can learn to trust each other more, which is what I am so passionate about. Like, how can we trust each other enough to be able to be more truthful, more authentic, more real? That's what real relationships is all about. So what are my 4 tips for co-regulation? And here I'm speaking really to the person who's enough in their neofrontal cortex, enough non-triggered to be able to be thinking about these things. Because if you're the triggered one, you can't think about it. So this is for you if it's for you when your partner is upset or angry. And so I've got four recommendations. The first one, number 1, is about slowing down. So you can support them by you slowing down, and you can just use this in general conversations also to support safe communication. So it's not giving too much information, not speaking in loads of sentences really quickly, but keeping things in short sentences. That really helps. Second one is tone of voice. So it can be easy sometimes to get into kind of a bit of a harsh tone of voice, or a loud tone of voice, or a squeaky and high tone of voice. And none of those really help us to know that we're safe. So coming down into that softer tone, that really helps. So for example, you can just repeat something back, but softly. I heard you. Thank you for telling me that. Softly, slowly. Number 3 is your facial expressions. What we know about the nervous system and regulation is that when we have a very po face, neutral face, anyone with a trauma history may read that as anger. They don't mean to, but that's what we do when we're vigilant, when we're hyper looking for safety, wanting to check out that we're safe, and we can't see any signs that we are. We might see anger when it's not there. So you can really help your partner. Like, don't put them through that by offering a smile, offering kind eyes, being able to offer that soft voice and those kind eyes. That really helps to support their nervous system coming into a more calm, relaxed state. And the fourth thing is touch. And this very much depends, because for some people they may not like touch very much. So obviously you wouldn't touch somebody who doesn't like touch. Hope that goes without saying. But you can have this conversation. In fact, I really recommend you do have this conversation if you're in a couple about what would you like if you're the one who's triggered. Let your partner know, I welcome touch, or actually don't touch. And if you're the one who's going to offer some touch, then again, slowness is your friend. going slow enough that you're not just touching straight away, but that you go slowly to the touch so that they've got a chance to stop you and say no if they don't want it. That's a really, really good idea. And if you know that they don't want touch, but you're somebody who finds touch supportive, and you know you're actively trying to stay calm in order to support the couple relationship, then maybe you can touch. Like for me, touching my thighs supports me, or my belly, or hand on my heart, like these things, knowing what's going to support you in terms of touch, just stay calm and relaxed. So I hope you found that interesting. If you'd like to keep learning about co-regulation and lots of other things to do with relationships, I hold masterclasses throughout the year. I talk about slow sex, conscious sex, about healing destructive dynamics, all kinds of exciting and fun things that fascinate me when it comes to healthy and sexy relationships. So do join me on one. You'll find the link below. See you there.